Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back once again to JJ's PC Build. You know what it is, JJ with you once again. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. If you don't hit the like button, at least YouTube won't put my videos out there and they're going to think you don't like me. Just saying. But today what we're going to be doing is getting into graphics card nightmares right here on the channel. We got a hot doozy for you. As I was going through yesterday, just to let you know, what I saw was to me, it should be unconstitutional. you know, so the prices were insane for the 40 series. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and go through very carefully through Amazon, Newegg, and Micro Center. And even at Micro Center, there's a couple things I want to talk to you guys about when we get there. But you're going to have to stay to the end and hear what my final thoughts are, so that way you know what's going on. And also, too, just to remind you, I'm not going to be talking about the 50 series until tomorrow, noontime. That's going to be a live video, or live stream, basically. So if you want to hear my thoughts live, what I think about the 50 series, then I think noontime Pacific Standard Time, right here on the channel, you want to be a part of it. So if you don't want to be a part of it, I understand. But if you do want to be a part of it, then make sure you're there. I know YouTube being a bunch of buttheads, but that's because if you don't buy their subscription, they're not going to push your videos out and this and that. Well, you know what? I'm trying to work to where I can get to that point. Give me a break, YouTube. Push my videos out. Tell everybody, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do it. But anyway, we're going to get into the video. I figured I'd put a little bit of drama before we started. So let's go ahead and jump into the action screen and see what's cooking. Guess what, y'all? There ain't nothing on the action screen. See, I told you. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to go ahead and open up DuckDuckGo. I think they're pretty good at, blocking tracking and stuff like that. I mean, that's a lot of blocking, don't you think? So we're going to type in Amazon, and we're going to go and click on our favorite store. No, it's not really, but you just think it is, yeah. So hit computers, graphics card for gaming PCs, but there's a but. We can go through all this and look through all this. I think we want to do something a little different today. I think we want to look for RTX 40 series and see what we get. Just a little bit of a change. So now we can go through. We got a 4070 Evo for $569.95. 4060 for $310, 3060 for $295. We got 3060, 4060 overclock for $400. We got a 4070 Ti, a Spider-Man edition. It's like Spider-Man's going to jump out of it or something like that. Who knows? They got it for $880. A 4070 Ti. They got to be out of their freaking gourd. Now when you can get a 5070 Ti for 400, or I wish 400, but 750. 4080 Super for 1700. Here comes the crazy part. Here comes the nightmares of it all. 4080 Super OC Edition, $1,710. And you all are freaking crying about the $2,000 5090? Are you sick? This is only $300 away from it, and it's a 4080 Super. I know you guys love to look at MSRP, but come to today's prices. This is the reason why I do this skit every week, is to show you the nightmare of the prices. And here's a part of it. This is a nightmare. Why would I buy a 4080 Super when I can buy a 4080 for $1,000? And this is $1,710. Use common sense, guys. Like, even with the 4070 for $639, I could probably get the 5070 for $549, which you can if you can get your hands on it. We'll talk about that later. We want to save all the drama and stuff for the 50 series over onto the live stream this Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, that is. So, moving on down the road, 4070 Founders Edition, $800. I have a 4070. It's not a Founders Edition, but I have the 4070, and I only paid, well, after everything else comes down to, I only paid $100. That's it. About $100. So, I can't cry and complain about this, but I am going to tell you this is ridiculous. It is nightmare prices all the way. I mean, 4070 Super. Right here, the Ventus 3, $645. MSRP, if you look at it, is $600. Even every little penny counts. I'm just going to put it to you like that. Every little penny counts. 4070, $767 for a 4070. 2 fans. No, I don't think so. That's scary. 4068 gigabyte for $299. You got the 3050. Oh, no, I'm not even going to look at the 3050. That's scary. I mean, think about it. I mean, 6 gigabytes. Does it have any value in the gaming world today? If you're desperate, but for $250, you can get yourself a B580. I mean, I would put a couple extra bucks and get a B580 with 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Sorry, NVIDIA. It's just the way it is. I mean, when you put out something that's supposed to be for budget, that's not budget. When you take the 3050 and you strap 12 gigabytes of VRAM or 16 gigabytes of VRAM to it for the same price, then that's a deal. And get better speeds and everything else, that's a low budget deal. This right here is not a low budget deal. This is a low budget nightmare. Especially when you got the 8 gigabyte one you can't find anymore, but who cares? 4070 Galax. I don't know Galax and how they do their things yet. Maybe one day I will, but right now, maybe Galax send me something. You never know. Hopefully someday. One of these companies will. If they want a decent review, if they want an honest review, then they're going to send you something. But the thing is they don't want honesty. They want everybody to lie to you. And you know what? I told everybody, okay. I told everybody like this when I first started this channel. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the real deal. I'm not going to lie. And when it comes to anything that's dealing with PC hardware, I'm going to give you the real deal. I'm going to be up front. Now, if you want somebody to lie to you, then go to the ones that get paid. The ones that got millions and millions of viewers, the ones that get paid from these companies, go to them. Obviously, you don't want an honest review. I do all my testing live. I don't hide nothing from you. And that's the real deal. But you can go ahead and go to these other reviewers that just throw benchmarks out there and, you just fall for it and everything else. And you don't see the behind the scenes, every testing they do. To me, that's dishonesty. Because you're hiding something. You're hiding something from the public. When I take you guys along, when I test, when I build, everything's done live. I mean, you can't beat that. When you get real-time coverage live, when you do your testing from A to Z. No matter if it takes you an hour or it takes you 10 hours. I'll benchmark with one game and be happy with it. Because you can take in an average with one intensive game, and break it down that way. Then you're going to know with that one intensive game that these lighter intensive games are going to give better performance. So if you get a heavy performance-bound game, and you test with it, it's going to give you the better coverage. Because now you know anything that's lighter than that, it's going to get better performance. It's common sense. Everybody's like, no, you need 5 games, you need 10 games, you need 20 games. No, you need 50 games, you need 100 games. Okay. There's not enough hours in the day to test. But if you're doing it live and you do it 2 hours time feed, you do it within a 2-hour time feed, then basically you got that first hour of testing. And then the second hour you got of talking about it. So there's going to be a little bit of changes that I'm going to be making on the channel. And yes, we moved back to the action screen so that way I can show you the big cursor. So I'm not cursed. I like to curse, but it doesn't seem like that today. So, looking on Amazon, prices have gone up. If you look at it, it's become a jewel of nightmare. So, now let's go over to Newegg. Let's go to Newegg and click on it. Now, we are going to see if we can pull up the 40 series graphics cards. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we get lucky. Yeah, we got a 4060 for $300. We got a 4060 for $532. Look at this. 4060 for, $533. So, coming down here, this is a nightmare. 4090, right here. Right here. $3,899. And you guys are crying about a 5090 being $2,000? This is almost $1,900, way over the $2,000 mark, and $1,600. So do your math. Okay, I know you guys love the calculator, so we're going to get the calculator out, and we're going to do this thing. So we're going to say $3,899. Point. We're going to minus that from the $1,600. Point. So that right there, okay, that right there is $2,299. That is 2 in total. 2 4090s in one. One price for 2 4090s, but it's almost $4,000, so it's equal to one 4090, and it's equal to a 4080, and it's equal to I'll say a 5090, a 5080. You can get a 5090, a 5080, and let's see. Let's do the math. All right, let's go backwards. I know you guys are going to be like, Jay, why are you talking about this? So if we take 3899 point and we minus it from 15090, which would be $2,000. Hit the minus button. Now we got $1,899. So now we got one graphics card. Let's go for a second. Let's go for a 5080, and that's at $1,000. Minus. Now we got $899. So what can we do? We can get a third graphics card. Let's say you want a 5070 Ti. That's $750. So we take $750. Leaves us with $149, and we can upgrade our system RAM. So you can get better RAM. So from this price right here, okay, you get 3, not 1, not 2, 3 graphics cards and an upgraded RAM for the same price as one graphics card. This is insanity. This is a nightmare in itself. So if you do your math and do your shopping correctly, you won't get something like this. Oh, I'm desperate to get a 4090. Yeah, I'm desperate too I can get 3 whole graphics card and an upgraded RAM, system RAM, for the same price. This is scalper's price. So use your common sense. This right here, 4070 Super for $1,000, scalper price. Because I can get 2 5070s for that same price. You don't believe me? Let's see. Let's see, the 5070 is what? They said $550. Well, it's close. So if you take the 550 and you times it by 2 and you get 2 of them, that's $1,100. Minus the 1,092 point equals. You're $8 over. Compared to this, you can get 2 graphics cards. 2 5070s. I would spend the $8 over to get 2 5070s for that price. See, it's common sense, guys, how you shop. It is common sense. I mean, you got 4070 right here for $549. You can get the same one, the 5070, for the same price and get upgraded software. So, or you can do yourself the due diligence and spend $50 more, 55 more bucks, and get yourself a 4070 Super. You know, they got a 4060 Ti for $850. This is the nuts. And you guys are going to ask me, why a 4070 Super? Well, me and a small group of people, we sat on Discord. And if you want to become a Discord member and join in the talk and the action and everything else, let me know and leave a comment down in this video and I will send you a link. So, I do it one-on-one basis when I'm bringing people into Discord. I'm not just leaving it open for the whole everybody. If you want to be on Discord with the rest of us and stay in the action, then, leave me a message on the video. Just a comment, say, hey, can I become your Discord server or Discord member? It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And I'll send you a link. This way we bring people in, that really want to be a part of our community. So, just a little explanation to y'all so you understand. Yeah, $539, $850 for a 4060 Ti, $850. I mean, if you're really desperate for a set of graphics cards, you can do this. Okay, let's clear this out. $850, right? Let's see. $850. Let's be comical. So let's say we minus and we get a B580 for $250. Okay, so that leaves us with $600. Let's say that we want to get ourselves a 4070 for $579. Or we want to get RTX 5070 for $549. So we minus the $549, right? $549 leaves you $51 over, which you can get yourself a better keyboard and mouse. Okay, and you get 2 graphics cards for the price of 1. You get 2. So I hope you guys are getting the point of this. When you go to shop and your first time buying graphics cards or PC parts, do your homework and shop very, very carefully. You'll find the deals. You'll find great deals. You just got to look for them. They're not going to jump out at you. You really got to look for the deals. If not, you're going to be paying, like for this 4090, $3,799. Totally ridiculous. Nightmare in itself. Ridiculous prices. I cannot believe Amazon Newegg are actually allowing this. This ridiculous crap, 3 times overpriced graphics cards that nobody would ever buy. So, I don't know why they put them out there. The 4060 Ti is really too high. 4060 Ti White's really too high. Let's see, 4060 for $319. Hell no, because that's 8 gigabytes. You can get a B580 with 12 gigabytes for $250 if you really look. If Intel ever puts out a good amount of the B580s, maybe they need to flood the market a little bit to get their market share up. No, they never do that. It's called corporate greed. Basically, they don't flood the market, they don't give the consumer what they want, and then they cry about they're losing money. That's because you don't put products out that the consumer wants. See, if you had a CEO like me, you would have somebody with the balls in their pocket that takes and put them on the table if they have to. So, keep that in mind. And believe it or not, if I became the Intel CEO, I have a vision. And the vision's not this. This is division. You want vision, not division. So, 4070 OC, Asus TUF NVIDIA. 3 fans. $790. $650. 4060, $365. Oh, 4060 Ti, $987. My God. 4060. This is just on and on and on. Look at this. 4070 Ti, $1,150. You got to be out of your mind. 4090, again, over $3,000. And everybody cries about the pricing on the 50 series. You got to get your head examined because you don't know what you're talking about pricing. One, the pricing right now compared to the MSRP, you can't be stuck price to performance MSRP every time. You got to look at today. You can't look at 2 years ago. You have to my bad. Sorry about the mic. You have to look at today's prices. You can't look at 2 years ago prices. That makes no sense for price to performance. You want today now prices. This is today now prices. This isn't yesterday prices. This is now prices. Base your price to performance on today's pricing. Stop misleading the consumers when you guys go to do your reviews. I see it every time with all the reviewers. I'm not going to say everyone, but I'm going to say majority, that this misleading crap needs to stop. And yes, I am calling you guys out because simple fact is this. It's misleading crap. When I take everybody on graphics card nightmares, I take you guys through the thin and the thick. Today's prices, not yesterday's, not MSRP prices, today's prices. And that's what people want to know. Today's prices, real time. They don't want you to give them 1 week ago pricing because when you start making your video about a week ago and you publish it a week later, those deals that you had in there trying to show the consumer are already gone. And the consumer's looking at you like, well, I missed the deal? Well, maybe you should put your video out faster. That's why when I make the video, it's the same damn day. The same day, same time. Once I get done this, I'll edit it, I'll publish it, and put it on YouTube. They see the same damn day. So the customer ain't missing nothing. The consumer is not missing anything. And that's the problem with everybody else. And they keep running to these other channels. Oh, you're great. Oh, you're great. Yeah, you keep being great when you guys are crying, complaining, and everything else about a product that just launched and talk about it negatively. Okay? I seen what they did with the 50 series. Let's move on to Micro Center, and we'll keep talking about this. Let's go Micro Center. And we have Micro Center. So we'd go to the top, we'll type in graphics cards, we'll go graphics cards, and come to the graphics cards, if it ever changes. Micro Center might be a little bit laggy today. There, we changed. Yay. Well, they got nothing available to ship. Everything's in the store. Getting back to the story about, not a story, the truth and reality about everybody complaining about the 50 series. Oh, it's got fake frames. Oh, it's got fake frames. You know, you guys did that with the 40 series. Stop it. That is childish shit. Stop it. Okay? The 40 series had fake frames, but everybody bought. You cried about the prices, but everybody bought. So stop crying about it. My God, you're worse than children. I watch this every day. I'm on YouTube every day, 7 days a week, watching all this. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm glad my channel ain't like that. Because you know what? I would actually delete my channel if it got that bad. But these companies put out a product, respect it. You're not respecting their product. They're trying to give you a product for their vision to the consumer. Treat it as such. Especially when you get the 5090. I didn't get one. God damn. I would have been happy if I got one. Even though, I know I wasn't going to talk about it, but I guess I need to now. Even though, we'll finish the Micro Center in a minute. So, even though that the 50 series came out and everybody cried about it, oh, it's getting artifacts, this and that. Well, you know what? Number one, change your motherboard. That's going to be the key factor, because using a 600 series motherboard is not going to cut it with this graphics card. Be honest with you. The 800 series motherboards will. They'll give you an advantage with the Expo and everything else. So, get advantage that way, get an 800 series motherboard. And I know not a lot of people can afford it, and I know it, I know it. The 5090, 5080, you just better put it on your calendar as high end. End of story. So if you don't get a high-end motherboard, you don't get a high-end CPU, you don't get high-end system RAM, and you don't get a high-end SSD with a high-end PSU, forget it. The 5090, 5080 won't handle in your system. I can already tell you it's not going to handle. It's not going to be handling an AM4. AM4 processors are going to is not going to work. AM5 7000 series are teetering between the 5070 and the 5070 Ti. Now the 5080 and the 5090, I kind of doubt that the 7800 X3D will handle the 5080, or well, maybe the 5080, but not the 5090. The 5090 choked with the 9800 X3D. Now, at CES, they used a 9950 X3D, the sample, on their benchmark, and that's where they got those numbers at. Okay, that's the fastest processor on the market right now. That's not even come out yet from AMD. So, yeah, the 9800 X3D is going to choke. And it's going to cause a little bit of issues. You might need the 9950 X3D. So, keep that in mind. And not a lot of people are telling you this because they're doing so much crying about multi-frame generation that they lost sight of the picture, of the baseline, of the hardware. They showed you benchmarks of the baseline of the hardware, but they're not showing you everything. It's like, here's a little piece, here's a little piece, here's a little piece. Well, kiss my ass. There's a little piece. So, take it as you will. But I can tell you right now, it doesn't work for me. I've already did my own analysis on the 5090. So, and it seems that I did that a week before it launched. And it seems, well, guess what? You're going to have to wait till the live stream tomorrow at noon, right here on the channel. Live stream. That means you can get in there, you can talk to me personally, and I read everybody's thing, what everybody says in the live stream, right here on the channel. And we talk about what I feel that's going to be the best direction for everybody to go. Not a lot of people do that. Not a lot of reviewers do that. They might read one or two. If you pay them, they might read your post. You're not paying me. I still read everybody's post. Ask all my loyal subscribers. They'll tell you, I read the post. You guys talk to me as I'm talking to you, like we're on a telephone. So, back to what we were doing at Micro Center, with the big cursor helping along. 7800 XT, still too high. 7900 XTX, believe it or not, the price is starting to look good. Between the 7900 XT and the 7900 XTX, the prices are starting to look good. But at $749, the competitor for the 7900 XT is the 5070 Ti. Possibly. Possibly. Not saying it is or it isn't, but it could be. Could be a great competitor. You never know. And I know you guys are going to be shills. You're going to have somebody that's down putting a comment on this video, just shilling it out. Just shilling it out. Saying, oh, I'm an AMD fanboy. Well, you know what? I'm an AMD fanboy and an NVIDIA fanboy. I'm an AMD fanboy when it comes to their CPUs. And I'm a NVIDIA fanboy when it comes to their GPUs. Now, there's some things that I'm a fanboy on Intel as well. So guess what? And also Asus, MSI, hate to say this, but Gigabyte, ASRock, all these major companies I'm a fan of. So no matter which way you look at it, I'm a fan of the hardware. I'm a fan of what they put out for the software to match with this hardware. So get over yourself. Stop looking at everything through blinders. You will see the truth. You want the truth? I give you the truth, and I ain't going to lie to you. If I don't lie to I'm not going to lie to myself, so I'm not going to lie to you. So keep that in mind. Is there something really good this week? No. I know Micro Center does have a lot of good sales. But, Micro Center also, too, has some in-store sales. They have open box sales. They have many of sales. So just because of what I show you here on the screen today does not mean they have nothing in their store. They have plenty. Last time I went, they had plenty in that store. I mean, I didn't have enough eyeballs to shop. I would need about 1,000 eyeballs to get through Micro Center. 1,000. 1,000 and about 5,000, 1,000 eyeballs and about 500 heads. And about maybe 6,000 hands, like an octopus. So, because, you got to do the feely touchy, every time you go shopping. Everybody's like, oh my God, there he goes, doing the feely touchy. Yes, of course. I mean, why not? That's why you're there. Not unless you got germies on something. And Micro Center don't like you touching anything because you got the germs. And if you got the germs, you need to go home and wash your hands. So, I'll tell you what, I treat Micro Center like a god, and I make sure I wash my hands before I touch any of their products. Get it? So, y'all make sure you wash your hands too. Only 20 seconds, warm water, wash your hands, use a little soap, you'll be fine. And from what I see, as far as graphics cards right now, Micro Center is almost empty. They're putting a lot of their older lines out until they get these new graphics cards. But truthfully, there's just really, right now, I guess they got nothing in their store. From what I see that, people talk about, from what people are saying, okay, hear what I'm saying. From what people are saying is that Micro Center has barely any graphics cards left, that they were all bought out. Makes me wonder if the scalpers found a way to, let's say, go into Micro Center and shop like a bat out of hell and King Kong's friend and about everything else, and hard to say. Really, it is. It's hard to say what has happened. But I can tell you, in the last 4 years, I can tell you that the scalpers have totally wreaked havoc on the gaming community as far as PC parts, and everybody is pissed. Because now that they got these scalping bots, I'm going to call them scalping bots. You guys can call them whatever you want. I'm going to call them scalping bots. That they go and they lurk on Amazon, Newegg, any of these sites that don't have any safeguards. They lurk on these sites. And as soon as those sales come out, they're buying them up. They're sold out before you even get your first one. That's not fair to the rest of the world. Because now they can't get their hands on it. And make sure you got your drink and snacks. I do. So, I'm a channel that looks out for the consumer, even though you don't think so, but I do. That's the reason why I do this every week. Graphics Card Nightmares is to show you what the good, bad, and ugly is. And on the live stream, if you want to talk about anything that you've seen on Graphics Card Nightmares, tomorrow, noontime, you more than happy to bring up anything that you eyeballed or heard that I said that you want clarification. Be there. Don't sit on the sidelines because you're going to get nowhere. And don't sit in the background because somebody told you to. Live stream, my channel, I talk to everybody, A to Z. So, if you got a question, you can bring it. You can bring your question, and it will be answered. So don't think it won't, it will. Okay? It's not, I don't charge people money to ask questions. Okay? I'm not like that kind of channel. Even though that I can move up to where, I can start charging people and everything else. But you know what? I never applied for it. Even though they got close to 600, which I hope we break 600. I hope we break 700 subscribers. Because I really like to get 1,000 subscribers. I really want to get 600 more watch hours, 700 more watch hours. So that way, we can go full nilly-willy. Okay? It's not that I beg everybody. I'm a small channel. I'm building your trust slowly and surely. So, that's the whole idea. Not to beg for it, just ask you if you will. If you don't, I understand. But I would appreciate it if you do. Because without you, I can't build the channel. And yes, I would like to go full nilly-willy. I would love to put that little give you an option if you want to donate to the channel. I really would. But I'm not going to charge you for, chatting with me or leaving a post on a video. I'm not going to do that. I'll just leave it to where there's a link. There's a little bit of a heart plus heart $sign that's on the video. If you want to leave anything to donate for the channel, you can do that. But we can't do that until we get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So if you want to help us get to that point, you want to help me build the channel, me. I'm not going to say us because there is no us. It's just me. So if you want to help me build the channel, then help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Help me get to 4,000 watch hours. Explanation, 4,000 watch hours is you as the viewer have to watch all the videos. Not all the videos, but at least, if you got 1 million people that watch one video, that's 1 million watch hours. Okay? That would put me over the mark. If everybody out there, and I know there's millions of people out there, there's billions of people out there. If everybody watches 1 hour of my videos, 1 hour, and 1 million people watches, then that's 1 million views, or 1 million watch time hours. Because views are different from watch time hours. In order to get to full creator on YouTube, you have to have these things in place in order to apply for full creator. So then you can set up the donation thing. If you want to donate to the channel, you can set it up there. Stuff like that. I would love to move forward. We're going to be going into the 3rd year of this channel, and I really need your help. It's not I'm begging for it, I'm just asking. I really don't ask for much. If you guys want to help, subscribe and hit the like button. The positive like button, please. Not the negative, the positive. Positive would be great. So, but I'm not going to sit here and bore you to death and ask you to do these things. But it would be nice. So, don't forget about Saturday, which is tomorrow, the live stream. And this is 124. Sorry, I got to bob my head down here because my glasses, I don't see very well anymore. And, I want to bring up something too. Somebody asked me, why do you talk so slow? Well, having brain problems. See, you know how people, when they have strokes, that's the way they talk? That's basically what happened to me. I have had what they call a waking stroke. So basically, I've had a stroke and I didn't know it. I don't know how that happened. But me and the doctor are still trying to figure that out. But he said, yeah. He says, I have, on top of my brain, I have a little bit of damage from a stroke. And I looked at him and said, what stroke? I said, he said, you had a stroke. And he did an MRI on my brain. So now I know why I talk a little bit slow, and I can't help it. And I really appreciate if you guys have patience with me, because, you know, this is what I got to go through the rest of my life. And I try to do the best I can to help you with PC knowledge, because I'm trying to bring you my knowledge to you. I know it doesn't seem like it's like everybody else's knowledge, but mine, I like to go in depth more than anybody else. So, but anyway, if you made it to the end of the video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and also to turn on that notification bell so you know when I post the next video. I think, maybe. Yeah, hopefully. But anyway, until the next time in the next video, you know what it is. Oh, I forgot to do it. Until the next time. Still bald, though. Until the next time. Until the next time in the next video. We'll see you on the next one.